Hey guys, this is going to be the 4th page in the Printable Mini Album template, and I think it's going to be the last one, and then we'll move on to the covers and the binding and all of that jazz. So I wanted to show you, I've already got 3 done, right? But I wanted to show you a way that you can make a shorter page out of several of these pages that are in here. Several of these pockets, I'm sorry. So I'm going to show you how to use page number 8, this pocket here, and make it into a short page. You can also do it with page 9, and you can also do it with page, let's see here. Well, I'll find it in just a second. With page 17. So all 3 of those pockets, you can make a short page. I don't know what else to call it. That's the best way I can describe it. So for this page, what you're going to need is page number 8. And then I got a scrap piece of my cardstock from my scrap pile over here. And then you're going to need page number 17. So what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to cut this pocket out here. So I'm going to slice off this belly band. I will link all of the previous videos, the playlist for it, in the description box below. I will link my templates in the description box below. And any products that I use, I will try to link all of that in the description box. That's what I typically try to do. So when in doubt, just check the description box. Alright, so I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the bow down here, this cute little bow. And then I'm going to take the long flap off. Now remember, some of these pages in this printable, you're not going to see a line on the flaps that are on the edge, but you still need to keep them there. But for this instance, we're going to take this one off. Okay, like that. Right, and then let me move this out of the way a little bit. And then I'm gonna get my scoreboard out. Oops, sorry about the noise. This is a We Are Memory Keepers scoreboard. Trim and Scores is what it's called. And I'm going to score these 2 flaps here. Just like this. Alright, so then let's burnish it a little bit. Burnish it, prep it, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to add some score tape. This is Suquane score tape. This is 3/8 of an inch, I believe. So I'm going to put a piece here. And put a piece here. This is going to be a quick, easy page. Whoops. Not that they're all not quick and easy. So then I'm going to notch these corners. This is a Tim Holtz scissors, tonic scissors. I accidentally dug into that a little bit. And so I'm going to make this just the way I made one of the pockets not too long ago, where instead of printing 2 of this page off or tracing it out and cutting it out and putting it together, I'm just going to attach it directly down to a sheet of my leftover, or a piece of my leftover cardstock from other pages. By the way, this is 65 pound white cardstock from Staples. So I'm just took the backing off, and then I'm just going to attach it down to this bottom corner here and try to get it as straight as possible. Right, just like this. So now I've attached it down to that sheet, and then I'm just going to trim around it, and that just makes a really quick and easy sleeve here. Let me show you. Okay, so now we're left with just the tube, and I just wanted to show you the reason that you want to use one of those 3 pages is because it's the same height. That way you don't have to make any adjustments to the binding, but in another video I'll show you how to do that as well. But anyway, it's the same height as the pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this page, page 17. One is a flap and one is a pocket. The pocket on one side and the flap on the other, I think, is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, sorry about the noise there. I'm going to go ahead and trim this bottom piece off real quick. Okay, so now I need to figure out which one's going to be the pocket. Let's go this way. And which side the pocket's going to be on. That's another thing too. This can be the flap on this side, and this, no. This is going, okay, this is going to be the flap, and this is going to be the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off. And I'm going to separate the two, because I don't want to accidentally cut them both the same. So the flap one, I'm going to take the tabs off, like this. So that'll be the flap, and then this one's going to be the pocket. So I just need to trim this out. Okay, so I'm going to trim both of these out, and I'm probably going to ink all three of these up, and then I'll come back and we'll assemble it together. I am inking everything up with the Distress ink by Tim Holtz, and this is ground espresso and a Tim Holtz blending tool. This is the last piece here. So everything's all cut out. I'm not being very neat about my inking up the edges, but that's okay. So on the pocket, I already put the tape all the way around, and I flipped it over because I didn't want the script on it, because I'm going to be matting this. And then on the flap, I put the tape on this side because it's going to be attached down like this. And when you open it up, I want you to be able to see the script. So let's start with adding the pocket. So what I'm going to do first, like I always do, is tack in the bottom piece, or the back piece, down to the two side pieces so that your inserts don't get as stuck. And then I'm going to do a little bit of glue stick, if I can find it. This is just cheap glue stick from Hobby Lobby. I think you could use anything. It's just to give you a little wiggle room. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this right down here. And do the best I can here. Not too bad. So this is going to be the spine, and then this is the side pocket insert. So then we're going to have a pocket here, and then we're going to flip it, and then we're going to add this flap to this side. So let me get the tape off this. A little bit of glue stick. And I'm going to turn it to where I can see, and I'm going to line it up on one side in one corner, and then I'm going to line it up all the way down. Just like that. And it should be pretty good, and it is. It's perfect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and burnish these down. Okay, so that's the base of the page. So now I'm going to get the paper out. I'm going to pick some paper out to mat both of these sides, and then I might even make a decision about my side inserts, what I'm going to use for all 4 pages. So let me go grab my paper real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is a paper line I'm using. Again, this is 49 in Market. The first time I've ever used this paper line in this mini album. Never used it before. I can't find hardly any of it. So if anybody has a good resource for 49 in Market paper, let me know. This is Sand and Sea. It is the 8x8 collection pack, it says. But I'm not really digging the whole beachy ocean theme, so I'm trying to cover up all of that stuff like seahorses and whatnot. So I love the colors of it though. It's beautiful. So I've picked out the papers that I want, and these are scraps from Matt and other pages, and I've left myself little notes so that I wouldn't get lost. So you think you've got everything picked out, but then you go to do it and you're like, uh-oh, I forgot what I was going to do. So I think I'm going to use this inside the pocket, and I think I'm going to use this on the outside of the pocket, like that. And then I think I'm going to use this back side for this flap or for this. I haven't decided. And the green for the flap. So it'll be one or the other. I'm not sure. I think I'll do it that way. So I should probably start with this mat and this part right here. So let me get the mats out. So that's page 8. So the mat is on page 29. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this one out. Where's my pencil? I'm going to trace it out. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out so that I can get a better feel of what it's going to look like. Take this little postie off. So that'll be here, right? So then that'll be closed. And then I'm thinking I'm going to do the green. So let me get the mat for that. And that was on page 7. So the mat for that is on page 38. But you remember, since I flipped it over, we need to make sure that the mat is going the right direction. And it looks like it's pretty, looks like this one's pretty accurate either way. It looks better this way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trace this out onto my green paper here. Isn't this paper pretty? It's so soft. I mean, I can see why they use these colors for a beachy themed paper line, but I just didn't want the beachy theme. Okay, so that goes there, and then let's flip it over here. And so this one is going to go there. Let me see how this fits. Pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this one out. And then, since I'm only going to be needing a small part of that, I'm going to go ahead and use this just as a guide for the height. No big deal. I just really need a sliver, which makes me think if I've got a big enough sliver somewhere where I don't have to use that big piece. What about this one? Would that be too? Oh no, that doesn't. That won't be there. This will be there. Let's do that one. I think that's a big enough sliver. Yeah. We'll do that one. It's just a scrap from another page when I matted another page. So I'm just you can't see me. I'm just lined it up on the side there. I'm just going to trace this bottom piece right there. So then all I'm going to do is just cut it straight from here and here, like that. Right, so then that'll go there instead of using that, instead of using this big piece there. And then that'll be, yeah, that'll be pretty. So I'm going to finish cutting this out, these two pieces out, and I'm going to ink them all up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all my pieces inked up. Before I start gluing them down, I think I'm going to put a magnet to keep this closed. So again, I'm using these super magnets, plus I'm going to be using a washer. So there's 12 in a pack, and I've got 2 left. So I used, I guess it's 11, because I'm only going to use one magnet and washer. So this is the last page for this album. So it really wasn't that bad. The magnets were 3 something, and then these, I can't remember if they were a couple bucks or what, but obviously there's a bunch of those. So I'm going to use a washer and a magnet, and that way we'll keep this closed. This won't be flapping open. So I think I'll put the magnet on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of Suquane score tape and cut a little piece off, stick it onto the magnet, and then I'm going to remove the backing over here, and I'm going to stick it down. It doesn't really matter where I put it, right? So then that guy sticks to there. I'm going to put a piece of tape on the back of that. I hope I did. I probably should have put a post-it note so I could pull it up, but we'll see. That magnet is strong. Alright, so then we're going to attach that down to this back piece here, just like that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It looks like I may have gotten off. I did, but that's okay. So now we can go ahead and mat this piece and this piece. So let's do that. I'm getting my Fabri-Tac out here. This is Fabri-Tac by Beacon. And let's do this big one first. I just run around the outer edge and do a little bit of this. You can spread your glue out a lot better when you go in circles, real fast circles like that. Alright, so we're going to go right over top of that magnet. This is my favorite paper, the wood grain. I think I'm going to use this. There's one that's just solid wood grain. I think I'm going to use that on the covers. I've been saving it. Okay, so then the magnet goes there, and then, where's the other piece? And then the green piece goes here. Let's go ahead, tack that down. Whoops, I didn't trim it out very well. You know, I get out of the lines a lot when I'm fussy cutting, and you know what, it's okay because it still looks good. None the wiser, none the wiser. So there we go on that side. And so let's do the side. I'm going to go ahead and slide this piece in. Like this. Right? This is pretty color too. I like that color. I like that color a lot. You may not be able to see it very well because of the white cardstock, but anyways, I like that color. Okay, last piece. I didn't trim that one out very well either. Oh well. I get in a hurry. I can't help it. Okay. So, I haven't figured out, I still haven't decided, but I think what I'm going to do is I don't have inserts yet, because remember I've got to make some of my own inserts with the scraps that I have left over. And I think for each one of the pages, do I have one cut out? The side inserts, like, here's the insert for the main page, right? So the main page, this is option A, and then option B. So I'm thinking I'm going to do option B for every one of them, even though they're not all fancy pages. This is the only fancy page, really. But I think if I do the inserts all the same, I think that'll look pretty cool. Let me see if I've got one already cut. I do. This is, this was a misprint. But that's, even with this short page, it will go in there like this, right? And it'll be sticking out like that. So it'll be the same as all the other pages. Here's what I'm trying to say. See, it'll stick out the same as all the other pages. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm thinking that'd be a good idea. So I'm still going to hold off on doing that. Whoops. Until maybe we get the book together. So the next video, so we've got all these pages, right? The next video, I want to start on the covers. And this little short, I think it's so cute. I wonder if this should be the spine and the, no, I like it this way. This is the spine, and then this will be the side pocket insert. So I want to make the covers. I want to go ahead and get these in a book, and then we can start doing our own embellishments. So I need to start planning some of the embellishments that I'm going to make, and we'll do a whole video on it, maybe even more than one, I don't know. But so the next video will be the covers. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, go ahead and hit this little circle right here and subscribe. And then after you subscribe, be sure to hit that bell so you always know when I upload new videos. And be sure to check out all these other videos on the screen, and I'll see you next time. Bye.